Yo, what's up? Welcome to Madhouse Pro. I'm in the building. If you don't like it, you can get out because it's my building. It's been a minute, right? Y'all, I've been on a journey of recording engineer. Recording engineer, right? You got your audio engineer. They like, what's that? Don't that fall up under the rings of being a recording engineer, sound engineer? It's a whole bunch of engineers out there. That's all I'm saying. But today we go get into just the engineering aspect of knowing your DAW, knowing what it does. It's a whole bunch of other stuff, right? If I was to show you the whole complete window, some people, some people would get what's going on. Better yet, I do this. Don't get dizzy, right? So if I bring this window over now that you see, my eye jacked up. This is OBS. This is how I communicate with you guys, right? I've been getting a lot of questions on how does it work, this and that, and yeah. So I'm gonna try my best to give y'all a quick. Well, we'll just give you a little walk around. UAD, right? This is for console. As I highlight that, so if I go over here, properties, this should show you how I got everything hooked up. Universal audio, Thunderbolt, stereo. OBS virtual channel 1 and 2. That's important. I'll show y'all why. Let's go to the AT Audio Technica 2020. That's right here. The mic, as you can see, that's peaking and doing all type of stuff. Let's go to properties. Universal Audio Thunderbolt. Mono, not stereo, but mono. OBS channel mic 1 or high Z1 or line 1, right? That's what my mic is hooked up into, right? All right, this virtual channel on UAD right here, properties, that allows all the audio to be routed through these two channels, which are the virtual channels, which we're about to go to console, right? I got Simplitude down here. That's for this window. All right, let me get this out the way. Don't get dizzy, right? All right, we back to this picture, but let's boogie on down to console, right? So this is console, right? I'm gonna try to my best to help you guys and ladies out, ladies and guys. All right, universal audio, right? Virtual 1 and 2 was turned all the way down. I did that because that's where the channels are coming in for when I play the music, right? So let's see how that sounds and see what that looks like, right? Smooth that over just a little bit. All right, here go channels right here. Let me click on this whole thing and get you to my mixer. Channels right here, you can see 3 and 4, which are probably the virtual channels. Let's play so you guys can hear. Yeah, what's up? What's up? It's T-Roy, baby. I'm back in the business, and we go get in here. We're testing out some of these Unison preamp virtual 1 and 2, and I want to see the quality per each. So virtual 1 and 2 goes through these channels, right? I'm gonna play it again so you guys can see what it's doing in console. It's a lot of moving applications. Yo, what's up? What's up? It's T-Roy, baby. I'm back in the business, and we go get in here. We're testing out some of these Unison preamps, and I want to see the quality per each Unison preamp, right? I got several, so right now I'm using the 1073. And I'm thinking, so you can see that the virtual channels were moving. That's all the audio from here that I routed there. It's a lot of routing going on because we got a lot of stuff connected just to get this to work so that you guys can hear and see what I'm doing, right? Yeah, you can see me. I'm the guy on the camera, right? That's another thing in OBS, but we're not going to get into that because this is primarily sound. Let's close this window, which is the mixer. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just testing stuff, right? I've been at it for about an hour and some change. And the things that people things that people don't see, it's kind of when we're teaching or giving a class or whatever we doing, it takes a lot to go through this just to give you guys an experience so you could see it on a different level. As if you were sitting right here with me and I'm giving you like, hey, you do this, you do that. And sometimes I come down here and I just work around stuff just to see what somebody may be going through or something that I may stumble upon. Because it's like me, I'm down here right now and I'm checking out vocals, right? So I'm in my recording stages of creating channels, not channels, what you call that stuff when you stack one VST to the next one. Yeah, that one. A vocal chain, right? So let me go to my mixer and then I'm gonna kind of give you a class on what's going on in the mixer. So, oh, really, dude? Look, yeah, here go my Apollo joint. I've really been with them doing some stuff. But anyway, let's get back. So when you see up here, I got Rico Vocal, UA Maximizer, meaning Universal Audio Maximizer. I'm gonna show you all that stuff. And I'm reading my waves, right? But I'm also listening, right? Here's my Rico or Record Vocal native instrument. They have a bus compressor. Here's the one by Core FX. They have a 2-point compressor. I never heard of it and I had it for the longest, just never used it. And you get to see what goes on with your waves file when you're processing them and what parameters you got set, how it's going to affect the dynamics and all that stuff, right? And then here's the record vocals waves in V2, right? Kind of an oldie, but it's a goodie because I was just searching videos on YouTube and I got there, right? And I was like, oh, pretty interesting. But if you could see from each vocal, we are going to go back. You could see how dynamic or how it's been read by the vocal bus or the main bus or whatever you want to call it, right? But this is where we started out at, right? So I'm gonna play this for you guys. You can kind of hear a little bit, then I'm gonna kind of explain some of the stuff and creating a vocal chain that I did. You know, it's nothing that you probably will use, or maybe you will, but it's just to give you an understanding on how some people and certain people create a vocal chain, right? So I got a 2-bus track right here on the bottom, track called Remember. And then right up here, this is me with take one. So the same microphone that I'm speaking on, which is the Audio Technica 2020, this is what I use to record. But a lot goes into just recording a vocal, right? Because it's like, how does it sound? Is it good? Is it bad? What do I need to adjust, right? Of course, trial and error for me. It's trial and error for me. Some people got systems, and that's what I'm doing. I'm creating a system. But when you don't have a system, you go do trial and error, not area, really. Trial and error to do things your way that's going to make it unique for you. It may work for you and others, or just may work for you. We don't know, we don't care, but it may give somebody a starting point, right? So let's get into it, right? So I'm gonna play the track. Let me mute this. Sound a little different, probably because I'm routing through console, but let's go back now. Let's just do the vocals. Yeah, what's up? What's up? This T-Roy, baby. I'm back in the business. And we go get in here and we're testing out some of these unison preamps. And I want to see the quality. Now that's just both of the tracks, right? And was what I was working on, just the class. Now I hear some things that I don't like. First thing I'm gonna do is check console, right? And that's because, well, Capital's not on, but I like to remove everything. Because my Virtue 1 and 2 is going through here and it's going to you guys, so it sounds different to me instead of the main bus. But we're gonna get into that, right? So let's hit the play button. We go play both of them. Yeah, what's up? What's up? This T-Roy, baby. I'm back in the business. And we go get in here and we're testing out some of these unison preamps. And I want to see the quality per each unison preamp, right? I got several, so right now I'm using the 1073, and I'm thinking that if you really use it correctly, you could get nice tone, a tonal balance, nice sound, nice recording, right? And the thing is, that's all we want is a nice recording, right? Once you get the recording, you gotta polish it up real good. So just looking as I record with the 1073, I kind of see it. All right, the reason why I was getting in my headphones a different sound because I was routing it to you guys and I had the volume up, right? So I have to take the volume all the way down so it don't be phasing, so it sounds natural, right? So in this situation, we got like, I say two or the three-part moving of things, really two. So you got your master channel right here. M-A-S-T, who's your master? Sure enough. So channel 1 and 2, which goes to the universal audio console, right? Which is the virtual channels 1 and 2, right? Nothing on the inserts on that channel. Why? Because we want all the processing to be done with Magix Amplitude, right? So, but on the master channel, I'm gonna show you guys the plugins that I got, which are right here, right? So we're gonna, I'm just gonna take you guys into this whole process. Now, I use the UAD maximizer, right? When you first heard the track, and we're gonna play just some of the beginning of it. Yeah, what's up? What's up? So I thought hamburgers. Yeah. Oh, my bad. So the thing is, I gotta change this on the master channel, y'all. Bear with a brother. Oh, hybrid engine only. They tripping. Aha. That mean I will have to do. Let me see if I could do this right here. All right. Yeah, what's up? What's up? This
You
T
guys
Roy,
can hear,
baby.
but I can't.
I'm back in the business. It's my setup. And we go get in here. We're testing out some of these unison preamps, and I want to see the quality per each. All right, as y'all see right there, right? We could just look at it, right? This is when I started reading my what I did, right? So record vocals, UA maximizer, right? When I first came here on the first channel, let's go back to the mixer. This is what I use by Universal Audio, right? This is called UAD Precision Maximizer, right? That's what I put on. So it shows me my input, my shape, my mix, if I want to change the bands from 3 to 1, or if I want to have the limiter on, things of that nature, right? Mix and the output, right? So I adjust these parameters to where I was like, this is what I want it to sound like, right? Now think about it. Once you put these in different orders, everything is going to change from the output, because this is the first part of the vocal chain. Or no, this ain't even the vocal chain, y'all. I'm correcting myself. This is the part of the master chain, meaning I ain't even got nothing on the vocal channel. This is just the overall track. So we just go keep it like that. But this is how some people create chains, right? So I use the maximizer by Universal Audio. You can see right here. And then I was like, all right, once I did that off the first one, that's when I went here. Now, this is what that whole track came out, right? I was like, just looking at it though, I'm like, it doesn't look tight. It look all loose, right? And that's the thing. You want everything, you want to glue it together so it's somewhat tight. You want it to have a certain type of look, but overall, it's how the sound is. So for those who be buying them loop packs and stuff, when you see this, y'all gonna be like, yep, and this is how they play it. They play it like that, even though it's processed and complete on their issue or master. They send it out when you get to see the files when you buying them packs, like what's that company? Somatics, right? And then you'll look at it and be like, oh, and they'll show it playing. It'll fill up a different color. But anyway, this is how this stuff look, and you could be looking like, they didn't do much. But once you get it into your system, you're gonna want it to glue it in so it all sound good together, right? You don't want it loose. You want it to have like somebody got control over it. So you want it kind of tight. You still want it to be dynamic, but you want it to be tight to where, yeah, we got it to a certain parameter. So when it hits at this point, it stops. Something like a limiter, right? But anyway, so this is what I got using just the Universal Audio Maximizer, right? So then I was like, all right, so let me add on, right? Now I went over and I'm gonna show you this one. I went to and it tripped me out because this is from Native Instruments. And I put this on the bus and I'm gonna show you guys. Maximizer. I'm gonna take it off, but this is what I did. Recently used. That go MV2 RS compressor. That go that Core FX 2 point. But here go the solid bus, right? I put this on there at first, and this is what I was using, right? I'm like, yo, I have a lot of Native Instrument things. And I was fooling around with that, trying to get it to work. Here go the compression settings. And I used some. I was like, all right, I took it off, but I like it. It's something to use for me. I have to learn how to use it correctly. So that's how I came up with that track right here, right? So when I looked at it, I'm just looking at it. It still looks loose. It's a 2-channel track. It looks loose. I didn't like the way it sounds, so I removed it. But then what I went over next to was the Core FX2 compressor, right? So let's go back to that. And when I did that, which this one right here, right click it, and this one opened up. I was like, yo, 2 thresholds, 2 ratios, your outgain and your mix. So I was like, yo, so it's like having 2 compressors work at once. So I just slapped this on there and I picked the setting where, as you can see, it said comp. I'm gonna leave it like that. That's always a good start if you don't know how to use it per se right off the jump. Look, you got the high pass down here, the low pass. I didn't touch that because I don't know what I'm doing, because it's like read up on it, right? So I do know the decibels thresholds. You can set your thresholds at a certain one. So they got a -20 and a -40. The ratio is 2 to 1, and I forgot about the expander. And then this one is like 1. So the magic that it worked when I turned it on, said leave it there, right? Didn't touch nothing else, and just building up on that, right? I know it's kind of the hit and the miss. You learning the trial and error. Some people like, oh, he trial and error. You dang on right. Who are you to tell me what to do? I may come up with something that's a niche, you know what I'm saying? And people go be wanting to know, how did you do it? So first thing, you got to go off and you got to read up on the stuff. Then when you figure out how it works to your understanding, you use it to your ability. All right, enough with that, right? Then I went to the solid bus compressor, right? I put it back on there on the last track, and I was like, solid bus. I picked one of their presets, a default or whatnot, and I put it on there, and I was like, now I like the way it sounds. So in doing so, when I did it with just the 2 point, I seen my track change like boom, like yo, from this to this, right? And it still sound like it's hitting right. But the one thing that I noticed, because I ain't got a camera on my Apollo Twin, on this one, I was hitting in the red. And that's probably like down up in these areas, these peaks, tops and bottoms. I was peaking, and I was like, I would go to UAD console and right, let me see, right, goodness, I keep saying right up in here, it was peaking red. Right here is once, and then whatever, y'all. They just hating on me right now, and it's me doing it. It would peak right here, and then let me do this, y'all. I was clipping. It clips over up in here to show you when you're clipping. So I was like, enough is enough. So I knew that I had to do something to this track. So when I came to here and I slapped on that 2 point compressor, it looks more controlled, right? It looks more controlled, looks more compressed, right? And it still hits. That's the joy of it. It still hits. It's not too overpowering. It hits good. Everything looks somewhat uniform. You got a little peaks in there. You could work on that. But I was like, all right, I like that compressor. So then when I added on this last one, because I watched YouTube and I was like, waves, I have a lot of waves plugins as well. And it took me to an old video for the MV2, and I understood the way the guy was explaining it. I'm like, so now I'll be able to use that 1176 a little bit in the same manner, and it should give me some of this outcome. But you got to see how many compressors I got on here, right? And I wanted to really jump in. You got a maximizer, 1 compressor, 2 compressors. That's 3 compressors, right? But then it gets controlled. Each one is capturing different peaks or different frequencies, or however you want to put it in your words. I'm not trying to be super technical, but it got me to the point to where my sound was like, I had a grip on my sound. It wasn't just out of control, and it was still loud. So I used 3 compressors. Who's to say I could use 4, 5 compressors if I want to? It's my stuff. But get to learn how to use each one. You know, we got so many weapons and so many tools in our arsenal for those buying bundle packages, and they give you all these plugins. You like, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna go through them all. I needed this one. it made sense to buy the bundle pack because eventually, as you get more advanced or you're just using multiple VSTs and things, you may already have a tool in one of your bags. That's all I'm saying. So when I did the final project right here, as you can see from the 2 point to the waves, I gave it a little bump, right? So it's gonna sound a little better. And I'm mad because I don't have everything set up right. But let's do this. From here, I'm gonna hit the mixer. Let's see. They go tell me the hybrid engine, right? Yep, hybrid engine only. So guess what? We'll just go this route. So let's listen to this one, right? Right. I got several. So right now I'm using the 1073. And I'm thinking that if you really use it correctly, you could get nice tone, a tonal balance, nice sound, nice recording, right? And the thing, all right, now y'all heard that one. So let's switch over to the uh, the next one, which is a little bit higher, a little bit more powerful. Go to the mixer. Let me change this for you guys. Where is? They got that way down there. All right, let's listen to it. And I'm thinking that if you really use it correctly, you could get nice tone, a tonal balance. See, that's nice a lot better. Nice recording, right? And the thing is, that's all we want is a nice recording. That's a whole lot better, right? So I say. So yeah, it sounds like what I need it to sound like, right? And that's the thing that some people may miss. This is, yeah, what's up? What's up? This T-Broy, baby. I'm back in the business. If you really use it correctly, you could get nice tone, a tonal balance, nice sound, nice recording, right? So all this, just to say is sometimes you're gonna have to use multiple things to get the sound you want. Sometimes you may not need all that. Sometimes you may need just one or two VSTs or none at all if you're good like that. But to get a professional standard, but who am I to say what a professional standard is in the first place? First of all, let me say that. But when you try different things to make your sound very unique or something that you want to hear, it in a manner that it's likened to you, because it's all subjective at the end of the day, right? It really is. So when we listen to different genres or different eras of music, we could hear certain things that you'd be like, I didn't care for that, or that's neat, or it is what it is on with the program. So just to be mindful, like try different things. That's why I got different versions up here that you may look at and be like, somebody may like this first one. Somebody may like the second one, third one, fourth one. Me, I like the fourth one. That's why I keep doing that, build on it. But also, if you see remastered, and I know some of you guys seen it, oh, remastered, you like what? That means they got all the tracks and somebody mastered it to their liking. Remastered, like the first one. Wasn't the first one good enough? No, somebody else with a different set of ears wanted, they may listen to different frequencies differently than others, and it's like, no, I would change this and that. And they get a chance or opportunity to remaster an album, and you'll get a different flavor. So depending on your systems that you listen to, you'll be looking like, oh, I like the first one better. Or no, the second one wasn't bad, but that's, for me, it's just sometimes it's preference. That's all I can say, is preference. Some people, and especially myself back in the day, what I heard was good, it was good. I wasn't too tuned in to different frequencies and low shelves and high shelves. And do you hear that ring off the snare and all that? I wasn't that. It was like tap, tap. You hear it, and they sing it, and it was good. But now, for whatever reason, as I got older and I wanted to make music, in my earlier stages, we'd say 20 years ago, you start moving around. Dang, it's about 25. Anyway, you began to want to put out music or help people, and you want it to be at a certain standard to where it's acceptable by other people that are listening to it. But most of all, you want it to sound good. Hey, this is Mr. Madhouse Pro. This has just been a journey with a sound engineer, recording engineer, whatever you want to call me. But at the end of the day, I'm still Madhouse Pro. But thank you guys for watching. Y'all be safe, be blessed, and keep the peace. And I'm out. Gone.